Good morning. Oh, I gotta get my water. I'm almost ready. Okay, let's get the party going. Hopefully you've got water and a towel and you're all set. Let's take our feet to the width of the mat. You're gonna bring your hands on your waist. We're just gonna do a little hip hinge while you try to squeeze your elbows together in the back. So just push them into each other so you feel a lot of activation of muscle through the back. Just keep going up and down nice and slow. And you're trying to keep your legs nice and straight. You want to look down at those feet, make sure you've lined them up correctly. Our body has funny ways of positioning itself, even when you think it's a certain way. So what's really important today is lots of breathing. Right? Try to begin each move with an inhalation and then exhale it out when you come back up. The more you breathe, the better for the soul. Okay, release the arms. You're just going to sway side to side, loosen up those arms. Keep the feet wide. We're going to take the right arm all the way up. And we're just going straight up to the ceiling. We're not going over to the side. And then do the same with the other one. Just straight up. Like you're reaching, trying to touch the ceiling. So ideally, we'd like to have the arms nice and long. Okay, nice job. Hands on your thighs. Stick your butt back. Slide your hands all the way down to the ankles. So right on the shins, right to the ankles, and then slide them back up. We're trying not to round our back. Shift your weight into the heels. Getting some nice length to the back of the body. Okay, one more. Now you're going to drop the head and just let the upper body hang out. Just let it fall where it wants to. Completely relaxing here. As you breathe 3 or 4 really nice big breaths. Hopefully you can keep those legs straight while you do that breathing. Okay, let's get our fingertips on the floor out in front. We're going to inhale and extend to a flat back. Now exhale, fold it back down. And let's do that 3 or 4 more times. Inhale. Big expansion through the ribs. And then exhale, let it all hang out. Keep going at your pace. Make sure when you're folding down, you're letting that head go. There should be no tension in the neck. Okay, on this next one, inhale, extend. Now take the arms out to the side, do a reverse swan dive, come up nice and slow. Flip your palms, keep the arms parallel to the floor, and send those arms backwards. Palms face up. Now, slowly, really slowly, keep the palms facing out and draw the arms back down by your thighs. Might feel a little strange, but it's a great way to really crowd out the chest and get certain parts of the arms stretching. Come down nice and slow. We're going to do one more. Okay, now goalposts with the arms. Let's get our elbows right to the height of the shoulder. Your palms face forward. Push the elbows as far back as you can while you slowly lower those hands and then come back up. And just keep going nice and slow while you continue to breathe. And while you're doing this, you're trying to pull the elbow towards the side of your room. So you're really trying to create space between the shoulders. A couple more. And if you can go beyond the elbows, try to explore different ranges and see how you do. But keep that chest proud, keep the belly in, and give me one more good one. Nice. Take the arms up and do a swan dive all the way down. We're going to let the shoulders just relax. They can just come right out of their sockets and hang out. Stay here for a few breaths. Keep your head down. Okay, let's take baby steps with our hands and come all the way forward to plank. You're going to keep your feet where they are. Just for right now, you're in your plank position. We're going to do some scapular push-ups here. So press away from the earth. Try to get some flexion in the upper spine. And then drop the chest down towards the floor as you fall into the shoulders a little bit. And then flex and push away. And then drop back down. Do that again. Flex, make sure your neck is nice and long. You haven't dropped the head. Nice and slow. Let's do one more. Okay, let's just take the knees, hover them above the floor. You haven't moved your feet yet. And now go back to a small or a dog, however big or small it is. Now come back to plank, cover your knees, getting a nice stretch through the bottoms of the feet and shoulders and lats. Back to the dog. Come back down over those knees, don't let them touch, and back to the dog. Just a few more. When you come to your plank and you're hovering the knees, ideally we'd like the shoulders over the wrists. When you're in your dog, you're pushing your heels towards the floor. Come back on the toes, back with the knees down, and put them completely on the floor. Walk your hands in so they're under the shoulders. Bring your knees in. You're in your bear position. We're going to come off the knees, hold for a few breaths, and now go to that small dog with your heels down. Now, if you can, I want you to push your legs straight. Hold that while you breathe a few times. Make sure your neck is relaxed. You might be looking through your knees to the back of the room. That could be a good place for you to have your head. Okay, let's come back to that bear, shoulders over wrists. Nice little release for the pads of the feet. And back to the dog. Push your heels down, get those legs nice and straight. Feel the stretch in those calves. Amazing. Back to bear, last one. Okay, put the knees down on the floor. We're going to do scapular push-ups again with our knees down. So you're probably going to get a lot more range. So drop the chest towards the floor as low as you can get it and then push away. Little flexing of the upper spine. And breathe while you do this. Okay, neutral spine here. Hands to the corners of the front of your mat. You haven't moved your knees. Now, we're going to take our hips back over the heels and lower the chest towards the floor. Make sure you're looking down so your neck is long. Just hang out here and breathe. Nice, back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under, you're right in your down dog. We're gonna lift the left leg up. Elevate high on the toes on the right foot, and then drive the heels slowly to the floor. And then lift it back up. 3 counts up, 3 counts down. Keep the left leg up, keep it straight if you can. Okay, switch feet. Right leg goes up. Up and down really slowly with the left foot. Nice job. Put both feet down. Come into a bear. Knees just above the floor. Now, rock it forward and backwards with your whole body. Keep your legs bent. The knees are just above the floor. You're just rocking the body here. Just like we rock the pelvis, now you're rocking the torso. Forward and back. Waking up all those little tendons around your knees. 2 more. Back to the dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Let's meet in a full forward fold. You're here for 5 big breaths. I'm going to cross my arms so I'm completely unweighting my torso. Head is just dangling. Take your hands above the knees. You're going to inhale, extend the spine. And now you're going to do some standing cat-cows with your hands just above your knees. So round your back, look down towards your ankles, create space between the shoulder blades, and then flip it around. Proud out your chest, take your gaze to the front of the mat, retract the shoulders. And now do that 5 or 6 more times. Here's your last one. Okay, now come up to a standing position. We're going to just do a little tiny balance challenge. You're going to lift your left foot up off the floor. And just hold. Now, if you need a little help, you can always tuck the foot inside the lower leg. But I want you to turn your palms to face forward and keep your chest really proud. Now, adding on, we're going to circle the foot. So I like to just pick a spot in front of my mat on the floor and kind of stare at it. Helps me balance. Change your direction, point and flex, do the whole routine with the foot. Nice, so let's put that foot down, pick up the other one. Keep your palms facing forward. In fact, even turn them to face sideways if you can. Go the other way. Now, here's a trick I just want to tell you guys, point and flex. While you walk, let's say you're going to walk for an exercise, put your foot down. And you have a tendency to be inwardly rotated. Maybe halfway through your walk, you might notice you're getting tired and you just start to droop forward. Walk with your palms facing forward. It helps you to keep your shoulders where they're supposed to be, which is, crowding out your chest. So that's just a little secret I do when I walk. It helps me. Now come all the way down. Let your head go. You're gonna inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold down, walk out to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Now from this high plank position, without putting our knees down on the floor, if that's possible, we're gonna just lower to the forearms. So you're in a forearm plank. Now, let's take the hips and put them down on the floor and come onto the tops of your feet. So now you're in a baby cobra. Hold here and breathe. Close your eyes. This is a great opportunity to just get lost. Now take your chest all the way down to the floor and bring your hands by your chest. Keep your face looking down, but I would close your eyes because there's really nothing to see. Now, while you're here, I want you to hollow out the belly. I want you to use your rectus spinae muscles that run along your spine to lift your chest up off the floor while you pull the belly in. Try not to depend too much on your hands. You want to use back muscle. We're just trying to build a little endurance here. So we're going to hold this for maybe 5 more breaths. Keep trying to keep that chest up. Okay, come back up onto the forearms. Oh, a little reprieve, right? Keep the belly in. It's a great way to stretch out your six-pack muscle. Breathe. Okay, we were on the tops of our feet. We're going to tuck our toes back under. We're going to keep our knees on the floor this time, but we're going to lift our hips up till they're in line with your back, nice and slow. Hold on this spot. Keep working that stomach. Now, in slow motion, lift the knees off the floor. Push those heels backwards. Your legs are completely straight. And now, in slow motion, we're going to slowly lower the knees. At least 3, 4, 5 counts down. Once they're down, isometrically pull the elbows towards the knees. Lots of core activation going on. Keep that pull if you can. Slow-mo the knees back up. Push your heels backwards, get those legs straight. Slow-mo the knees down. Elbows towards the knees. Come off the knees. Heels push back. One more time. Lower the knees. Push the elbows. Come off the knees. Push the heels. Put your knees down. Walk the forearms slowly. Really slow. Back till your hips are over your heels. Let's reach the arms out so the forearms are no longer on the floor. Head is between the arms. You're lowering your chest as you breathe. Now flip your left palm to face the ceiling and lift it off the floor. Reach your arm long. Close it. Do the same on the other side. Open, lift, and reach. Close it. Come onto all fours. Back into a full forward fold. Reverse swan dive back up. Reach for the ceiling. Bring your hands over your heart. Step your left foot forward. Let's get hips up and back heel nice and high. Make sure both your feet are pointing forward. Now we're just gonna hip hinge here 5 times. So you're not gonna round the back, you're just gonna lean forward. You take it as far as you're comfortable. And as slowly as you went down, you come up at the same pace. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. If you need help, you can take your arms out like an airplane. Makes the balance a lot easier. Keeping them in, it's really all about the hips and core. Not too much of a bend in that front leg. In fact, mine is really pretty straight. By keeping that heel up really high, you're really putting most of your body weight into your left leg. And that's what we want. When I come up to a standing tall position. Great hip mobility. Getting some good length to the buttocks and the hamstring. Let's do one more. Okay, now I'm going to bend my front leg and I'm going to push off back to where I started. Switch sides. Barely any bend in that front leg. Come on down. Start exploring. Try to be nice and consistent with your pace on the up and the down. And if balance is an issue, you take that back foot and you move it more to the left. You don't need to be walking a tightrope here to feel this. Whoops. Okay, let's do 3 more because this feels great and it is good for us. Keep exploring on each descent. Maybe you can go a little further. And again, we're not rounding the back to get there. Okay, here's our last one. Now, when you come up, you're going to put a little bend into that front leg. You're going to power backwards. Big deep breath. We're going to keep the arms wide this time. So it's not about scrunching everything together. So you're kind of making the letter Y with your body. Bring your feet together so that they're touching. Just reach, reach, reach. Take your head. Make sure you're looking up towards the ceiling so your neck feels comfortable. And now, with the feet together, you're going to hip hinge. We're going to let the arms come down to the outsides of our ankles with your palms facing forward. Once you get there, come back up. Now, the trick here is to try to keep equal weight in both feet. Hollow out the belly, hips push back. You're moving very slowly. Palms are facing forward, just touch your ankle bones and then start to come back up. We have one more to do. Okay, we're going to take the arms up, hold them up. They don't need to be tight or close together. Wherever you can just hold them. Now I want you to step your left foot forward so you're in a lunge. You're just going to hang on to this. Plant the toes on the back foot. So we're stretching out our front hip flexor. Now bend that knee, push backwards. Step the other foot. Keep the arms up. It's continuing to challenge your balance. Lift that back heel. Work those arms. You should start to feel a considerable amount of fatigue, right? Now bend the knee, push backwards, let the arms relax, separate the feet hip width, Big deep breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, walk out to plank. We're gonna do a little half hover and go right to up dog. Come onto the tops of your feet here and pull that stomach in. You can have the knees down on the floor. Now we're gonna tuck the toes under, get the hips back over your heels. Nice little stretch, make sure your head is looking down at the floor. Come back, meet me in your high plank and go to a down dog. Hold here 5 big breaths. Just close your eyes, get lost. Don't think about anything that's going on today. Just be present. Listen to your breath. Come back to your plank. Put your knees down. You're going to open your knees. Keep the toes tucked under. Open your knees to the edges of the mat and take the hips backwards. And then come forward. You take the hips as far forward. It might not be so good for your knees. It might not feel good. So don't go too far forward, but just rock those hips forward and back. Okay, now come on to the tops of your feet and sit back on those heels and relax the arms and the forehead to the floor. Big deep breaths. Okay, come back up. You're going to kick your feet out to the side. So you're going to meet me in staff pose. With your heels in the corners of your mat, bring your arms out in front. Sit up as tall as you can. Rock forward. And then rock backwards. You want to be rocking back without rounding your lower back, but drawing the belly in. So you're activating these transverse abdominis muscles. Warming them up. Okay, now we C-curve the spine. We round, we flex, we come down as we draw the belly in, nice and slow. Once you get down, take that full body stretch with the arms going back behind you. Flat on the shoulder blades. Now I want you to floss the hands. So open the palms to face out. And then open them to face backwards while you hold the arms back there. Just do that a few times. And then bring the arms by your side, step your feet in. We're going to meet in a figure 4 stretch. So take your right ankle onto your left thigh. Now, without doing anything else, I want you to move your right knee forward. And then release it inward. Move it out. You're not using your hand to help you. And bring it in to the midline of the body. Move it out. And in. And out. And keep it out. And lift, without using your hands, lift that left foot off the floor. Keep pushing the right knee forward. Should be feeling a nice stretch on the outside of that hip. Put the foot down. Now, when you lower the foot, I want you to create resistance using that right ankle on the thigh. So you're pushing and you're resisting. Lift up. And push, but don't go down quickly. Draw in the belly. Lift back up. And now you're going to take your hands and either hold your hamstring or your shin, whatever you can find. It's a little bit more of a relaxed stretch now, but you're still working that right knee forward. Use the arms to help guide that left knee in maybe a little closer. And then we breathe. Okay, let's put both feet down on the floor. And let's get this other side going. So left foot on right thigh. Use your muscle to push the left knee forward. And then bring it in towards the midline of the body. Push it out. And in. When you come in, you're creating that same resistance. So you've got muscle active. When you go in and when you go out. Okay, take it out, hold it out, push it forward as much as you can. Lift your right foot off the floor. Without your hands, create that resistance, lower that right foot back down. You want that belly pulling down towards the earth. You're gonna do one more. Bring it back up. Now use your arms. Draw that right knee in maybe a little closer. Just breathe. Okay, release that foot. You're gonna take the right leg, extend it all the way down along the floor. Keep your left leg bent. Flex your right foot. Bring that left knee in towards you. Give yourself a nice stretch. Hug it in nice and close. You can always have a towel around you to help you use to stretch, or a band, a stretching band, whichever helps. You may want to use it for this next one. We're going to straighten the left leg. I'm going to hold behind my Achilles. Push my leg straight, and I'm going to draw the toes down towards my face. Powerful stretch of those tendons behind the knee. Sometimes this feels a little bit uncomfortable, but don't be afraid of it. It's good for you. Your right calf should be down on the floor, and you're trying to work the left leg further back. But what's really important is trying to keep the leg straight. And I'm going to release my hands. I'm going to bring my heel so it's straight up to the ceiling. And with the leg straight, I'm going to cross it over the midline of the body, all the way down to the right side of, down all the way like to the floor. Just let it land, keep it straight if you can. Your left arm comes up and you're going to take it straight back behind you. Your palm faces the right side of the room. Just hold on this nice lat stretch. Your left chest should be facing up to the ceiling. Okay, now bring the arm back up. I want you to bend your left leg. So you have a 90-degree angle in that knee. And then roll so that you can get that knee down, touching the floor. You can keep your right hand on top of that left leg to gently hold it in place. And now we're going to open the left arm out to the side. Just hang out where it feels good. I'd like your left arm straight. Okay, bring that arm in. Let's bring the left knee back up. Now you're going to drop both knees into the chest, and we're going to make a little circle to massage our lower back. Change your direction of your circle. Put both feet down on the floor. Extend the left leg all the way down. Give your right knee a big old hug right into the chest. Okay, using a band or a towel or nothing, straighten the right leg. Toes pressed down towards your face. See if you can move the leg a little further backwards. Okay, however you're going to get this left leg down to the left side, take it all the way to the floor. Your right foot all the way to the floor. Right arm up, right arm goes straight backwards. Spread your fingers wide, reach the arm long. All of these stretches that we do involve long limbs. So we're working to get them straight. Okay, let's bring the arm back, take it out to the side. Bend your right leg 90 degrees. Right knee on the floor. Right chest faces the ceiling. Couple more big breaths. Okay, bring the arm in, bring the knee back up so you're on your back. Both knees into the chest. Little circle again. Maybe this time you open the knees independent of one another and circle them. Always change your direction. From here, transition to your happy baby. Hands touching the outsides of the feet. Heels to the ceiling. Knees down towards the floor. Keep your lower back down on the floor. Put your feet on the floor, very close to your rear end. Rock your pelvis forward and then back, up, down, and lift. While you do that little tuck, I want you to squeeze your glutes. While you roll it forward, I want you to draw the belly down. Okay, now bridge it all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, pressing through the heels, and then come back down. This is a little bit of a thoracic spine massage. If you're lying on a hard surface, it should feel really good for your upper back. Not to mention, it's a core exercise. Okay, keep the hips down, pick your heels up off the floor. You have a 90-degree bend in the legs. Arms are by your side. Feet are flexed. Draw the belly down. Most important, I want you to feel that low back skin on the floor. Now, if you can, move your feet forward another inch. Keep the legs at that 90-degree angle. Keep that low back skin on the floor. Should not feel easy. Now pull the knees in. Just let them do their thing and then pull them back out. At no time does that back come up. Drawing everything down to the earth. while you move the legs. And you limit your range that you can do, keeping the back down, whatever that is for you. You might want to explore, maybe after you've done a few, try to go a little further out with the legs, but not if the back is coming off the floor. Not if the belly is popping up to the ceiling. You gotta keep it down and active. Okay, feet to the floor, bends in the legs. We're just gonna let the knees fall to the left. Fall being just let them go wherever they want to hang out. Once they get down there, take that right knee, move it down towards the floor. Take your right arm straight back behind you. Feeling that nice stretch right around your right side body and hip. Reach the arm long, spread the fingers. Draw the knee a little closer to the floor. And then bring the arm in. Same thing, other side. Knees go right, wherever they want to land. Left arm straight back behind you. Try to lower the left knee towards the floor. Okay, bring the arm in, bring the knees back up slowly. Rock your pelvis a few times. Up and down slowly. Sort of getting everything back into proper alignment here. Okay, we're going to keep our legs bent. We're going to see if we can sit ourselves up. Roll up like a Pilates sit-up. Keep the belly down. Keep the legs bent with your feet on the floor. Now you're going to dive between your legs. So walk your fingers out. Your spine is in flexion. Now come back and extend the legs out completely straight. You're going to tuck that right knee inside the left leg. We're going to take our hands to the left of our left leg. So I got both my hands outside my left leg. I'm working my right knee down towards the floor using muscle. Now I'm going to walk my hands forward. As far as I can go, you round your back, you go as far as you can, and when you can't get them out any further, hold on that stretch. Let your head be wherever your neck is not bothered. Try to take big, deep breaths, and you'll feel a nice stretch through that quadratus lumborum muscle in your side body. Okay, come on back up. Same thing, other side. Extend the right leg out, pull the left knee in. Try to draw that left knee down towards the floor. Take the hands to the outside of the right leg, walk it out. Keep trying to inch them as far forward as you can, rounding the back. Still pressing the left knee down towards the floor. Once they're out as far as they can, you got to take big, deep breaths. Okay, take it up. Extend this leg out. You're going to shake out your feet. Shake out your legs, I'm sorry. Pull the feet in towards you. Get yourself up onto your toes. Stay nice and high on the pads of the feet here. We're going to do one more little external hip stretch. We have 1 minute. So let's meet in a full fold. Take your right foot, cross it over the left, and draw the hips backwards using the assistance of your fingers out in front of your feet. So your fingers are on the floor. That left leg is straight and your right leg has a bend in the knee because it's crossed over. Now let the body weight come forward, uncross, and go opposite side. Pushing those hips as far back as you can get them. And bring it forward, uncross. You're going to inhale, extend the spine. Do a reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach for the ceiling. And I thank you guys so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We are ready. Ready to start the day.